to Kazi Big Boy Trev news segment where we give you the lowdown of what's happening across the world. Well, today we are doing this particular series at the brand Ford showroom right along Lusaka, and I can tell you, if you're looking for a Ford vehicle, please come through, have a look at this brand new magnificent and airy showroom. Of course, you get all the details in as far as Everest, Ranger, and many other products that Ford has in line and available for the Kenyan market. But if you remember last week, we actually had a chance to preview the next generation of the Ford Everest. It actually comes out of the heels of also the brand new Ranger, which they all share the same platform, the Ranger 2.62 platform, and of course brand new engines, a V6 with 190 kilowatts and 597 newton meters of torque, paired to a 10-speed automatic plus 4-wheel drive. Everybody's looking for that review, and Kazi Big Boy Trev will be here to give you the exclusive from wherever the world it will be. I will bring you the reviews of the new Ford Ranger and the new Everest, courtesy of Kazi Big Boy Trev. But because we are here, we do have the current models. They actually have a brand new offer on certain products. So for example, the single cab 5-speed 2.2 diesel single tank pickup is available at 3.8. They've actually reduced the prices from 4.5 million to 3.8. So you can get that, of course, with 3-year warranty or 100,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. And of course, you have Ford financing. And secondly, there's actually a very attractive financing package courtesy of Ford. So Ford will basically take some cost off your interest and actually allow you to buy this car at an interest rate of up to 10.70%. That is the best in the industry at the moment. So make sure you visit this particular Ford CMC showroom for the best deals on wheels. So if you're looking for a Ranger, Everest, or even a Wild Track, anything that you want, or even the big one, please come visit, come through. They'll be able to give you the added benefits of buying your car with CMC Motors. Welcome to Kazi Big Boy Trev social media feedback section. We give you the opportunity to say what you want to say about the show. We're gonna go straight into YouTube, which is our favorite channel. Remember, the tag for YouTube is CBBT_TV, and all our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Salukula Poster. So we go right on to YouTube. And of course, last week we previewed the Ineos Grenadier prototype, and many people were asking the question. There's a guy called Curtis Njera, and he says, will it be available in Kenya? Please ask. The answer is yes, it's coming to Kenya. It should be here by Q4 of 2022. And of course, you'll have a new dealer who will be announced later on in this particular episode or in this series. So make sure you catch Kazi Big Boy Trev for all the information. Okay, the second person is a guy called 014 Kid, and he said, how much is the Ineos Grenadier 4x4 cost? Well, at this point in time, because the vehicle has not been launched in market, there is no indicative price. So until when they launch it, that's when we'll know how much it's going to cost. So I know it's going to be very competitive with like-minded products, and of course, they'll give you absolute value for money when it comes to servicing and of course after sales, which is very important when you're introducing a brand new brand. Now, of course, as you do know, Kazi Big Boy Trev is always endeavor to give you the latest news and reviews from across the world. So if you have any questions, comments, or queries regarding this particular show, please write to us as seen on the social media handles below. We'll get back to you with the feedback. So until next week, drive safe and be safe. So guys, pickups have come a long way. Back in the 60s, 70s and 80s, they were merely used as forms of transport, moving goods and services from point A to B. But then came the 90s and the 2000s when now most of these manufacturers decided to amalgamate the work and play philosophy. What do I mean in work and play? One, it is as tough as nails. Two, it is as comfortable as any fine passenger car. So getting that mishmashed all together into one package became a serious challenge. So in the mid-2000s, the brand new Navara then was unveiled, and of course, it was the first pickup now to introduce leather seats, climate control, stability control, a very powerful engine, and of course, its 4x4 capabilities were enhanced. Then move over to the 2000s and 2010 and 2012. They also unveiled the second generation of the Navara. Again, dependable, hardy, very comfortable, and of course, for the first time, it had coiled springs. What did the competition do? They reacted. The Ford Ranger came out with the T6, which has been a bestseller in the region. Of course, Hilux have also enhanced the offering of the Toyota Hilux, not forgetting the Isuzu D-Max. But Nissan have not been left behind. So fast forward to 2021, and I can tell you Nissan are not sleeping. They did some nip and tuck on that major design, and this is the result. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you the Nissan Navara for 2021. And I can tell you the first glance at this front profile, it speaks presence. What do I mean present? It's butch. Look at this massive grille. Look at this quadratic headlamps. Of course, it's got that signature LED and LED projector lamps just to illuminate the road as we traverse our beautiful country of Kenya. What more would you want when you're driving a car that looks very, very butch? Look at the grille. Obviously, hexagonal honeycomb design with this massive Nissan logo, again giving this car that je ne sais quoi keep on talking about on Cars Big Bad Trev. Of course, this is an extra kit. This is a wind deflector for the front. It also gives this car more presence, and of course, this chrome part gives this car a bit of premiumness. The pickup needs to be premium, so the offering by Nissan is just but amazing. Moving over to the lower bumper, you do have this projector type fog lamps to enable you to see through the fog if you're in Limuru. And of course, as you can see, this color-coded bumper also denotes that this car has a bit of off-roading. And of course, the lower lip, it's actually raised up to ensure that your angle of approach does not hinder any obstacle in your crossing and traversing the beautiful land of Kenya. So this has thought wisely about making this car very, very accessible and becoming an off-road expert and king. Now, what else you see? You can see this clamshell bonnet, as you can see, subtle design themes all around here just to give this car that je ne sais quoi. And of course, this wrecking windshield. Again, aerodynamics is very important, making sure that this particular Nissan Navara is very fuel efficient, which we're going to talk about it later. Let's move to the side and have a look at the design of the Nissan Navara. So guys, take a look at the side profile of this particular Nissan Navara, and all you can see is butchness. Nissan thought about designing a vehicle that is robust and tough, and of course feel like it is flowing symmetry. So we start with this front fender, this bulging front fender, again making it look like a bulldog. The top line of this fender also extends all the way to the passenger compartment and then extends all the way to the load tray. Again, Nissan thought about making this car have that flowing symmetry that you find on modern vehicles. Not only that, you do have these roof rails which are color-coded just to give this car some je ne sais quoi. Obviously, side step, if you're a politician and it's 2022 and your security man needs to hang and protect you when you're dishing out handouts, then this one comes in handy. Not only that, the rims. Take a look at these rims. These are monoblock rims. They are black on white, black on silver, and of course they wear rubbers, 18-inch rubbers, just to ensure that you have good ground clearance and good road holding ability, making this car amazing to go in any form or place, be it Turkana, Mombasa, Kisumu, even at the Chalbi Desert. You're able to traverse our beautiful country of Kenya. Let's move to the back and have a look at the design phase of the Nissan Navara. We're at the back of this Nissan Navara, and I can tell you, if you're driving behind it, you probably see quite a number of interesting things. One, it's got that typical design from a pickup, but they've enhanced subtle things. Signature rear tail lamps with this signature design, again making this car look very visible and prominent at night. Number two, this massive Nissan logo. Of course, you have this open and door lock that is here. It's got this chrome finishing as well, with a reverse camera. So this particular model has a reversing camera which helps you to park in tight spaces. Not only that, you do have a side step that actually allows you to step into the cabin. And of course, Nissan comes and gives you the ability to own this particular vehicle with a leather tonneau cover to prevent prying eyes from looking inside what you're carrying. And of course, vulcanized load tray. This Vulcan sort of rubber protects the insides of the load tray from rusting. So they've done a little bit of stuff to make sure that you get absolute value when you're driving the Nissan Navara in our country. But the question still remains, how good is the interior? Let's step inside and have a look at the interior of the Nissan Navara. So guys, taking a look from the design perspective of the exterior of the new Nissan Navara, you can tell that Nissan really worked on the design phase. What is so different from the inside? Let's step inside and have a look at this particular cabin. The first thing you do notice is this forward curved design. The dashboard is placed further away from the front occupants to create an illusion of space. Remember, pickups back in the day were very small. You know, the space inside was very minimal, so you could even see the driver getting so close to the steering wheel. But now, because clever packaging by Nissan has enhanced this particular offering, you have plenty of space both front and at the back. Now, the highlight of this center console is this massive 8.1-inch multicolor touch display that houses navigation, audio system, and of course, you're able to control the different aspects of the car. So when I talk about navigation, it's an inbuilt navigation and it's powered by Google, so you're able to literally traverse our beautiful country of Kenya. So obviously, as you can see, this particular gearbox panel, this is a 6-speed manual for men who love to drive a vehicle that you engage the gears But if you like the finer things in life, then you can also specify this Nissan Navara with a 7-speed automatic transmission, making life easier. And yet you're able to explore the full potential of that 2.5-liter engine. Now, again, you have two cup holders here. They're square in shape. You can able to put your cell phone, your keys, and then of course you have this blank sockets. This blank socket is actually used if you want to put a towing winch, automatic towing winch. You can, press here and actually put a switch there. You can actually put the top shelf or top roof light to enable you see the different parts of the road at night in the bundus and many other things. Now, another thing that I do love about this particular vehicle, number one as well, is the plenty of space. Big boy is 6'1", as you can see. So there's plenty of leg and headroom. Obviously, there's even adjustment for the steering wheel, so tilt as well. And the seat also is power seat. It's a power seat, so you're able to, if you're short or tall, you're able to adjust it to your preference. Such when you're driving the Navara, you feel very comfortable while in this particular vehicle. You do have different settings on the extreme end of the dashboard. So parking sensors, stability control, and of course, dimming of this particular instrument binnacle, which is extremely important. Now, let's take a look at the seats. Very supportive, firm. As you can see, this texture, it's a hexagonal texture, and it's obviously pipe stitching, contrast pipe stitching. This is orange on some sort of dark brown color. I mean, it looks very premium, and Nissan have done a good job making sure that the interior of the Navara is as premium as it can be. But how good is the back space? Let's move to the back and see where the rear passengers will enjoy the comfort of the Nissan Navara. We are at the back of the Nissan Navara, and I can tell you the biggest improvement with this Navara is space. I am 6'1", and I'll keep on reminding you, and I'm a big boy, but as you can see, I'm very comfortable. Legroom is adequate for anybody who's 6'1" and below. Headroom was also fantastic as well, and you can feel like you're not sitting in a bench, you're actually sitting like in a very comfortable position. Plus, as you can see, the floor is pretty flat, so 3 people can sit quite easily. So 3 abreast very easily and comfortably without feeling as if they're really tight. Now, one thing that I do like about it is the armrest. So you're able to retract the armrest if you're only 2 people to reveal 2 cup holders. Plus, this armrest just ensures that you're driving very comfortably in the Nissan Navara at the back. Of course, the seats are very supportive. As you can see, there are 3 headrests just to give you that cushioning, and of course prevents whiplash in case of an accident. Speaking of accidents, this particular Navara comes with 6 airbags, so 2 at the front, 2 on the front side, and of course the curtain airbag that extends all the way to the back to prevent injury from your head and the thorax during a rollover. And of course it comes with 3-point safety belts and seat anchors for the child seat. So remember, if you have a child that is below 12 years, please, the best place to sit is at the back of this particular Nissan Navara, so that you're able to maintain their safety at any given time. What more would you want from a car? Space is there, connectivity is there, there's Wi-Fi there, AC works extremely well. It's comfortable enough, you can actually do a long distance trip with the Nissan Navara. Let's move to the load bay and see what carrying capacity is available in the Nissan Navara. So guys, as you can see, we're at the back of the Nissan Navara. You're wondering, how do you open the load bay of this particular Nissan Navara? So you just open with this lock that is chrome tipped. And of course, the one thing I do like about it is this door is light. It's not heavy like other trucks. So you just put it down to reveal plenty of space. The load tray is deep enough to carry deep, and of course it's square enough. And of course what Nissan have done is to vulcanize the load tray to prevent rust from eating up the underneath of the load tray, so which is something that is amazing. Then you have tie down hooks as well, and then you can actually specify the Nissan Navara to come with different load tray options. So like this one has the leather tonneau cover to prevent prying eyes, so it's all weather, so be it rain, sunshine, you'll be able to survive and protect your equipment. If you want a hard top rollover tonneau cover, also perfect. You can actually specify it with a roll bar at the back as well, just to give that je ne sais quoi. And of course, if you want a proper hard top rear cover, you're also able to specify that. I think there are plenty of people who are already doing that in the market. Sairaj and the rest, they're able to do that and customize it for you. And of course, it actually carries 1 ton. However, Nissan says that because of the new suspension settings, you're able to carry 1.2 tons, so you carry more, of course, making sure that you have less trips while you're traversing a beautiful country of Kenya. But that's it and done. It's time for us to hit the road and feel the power of the Nissan Navara. Are you ready? Let's go. So ladies and gentlemen, today on Kazi Big Boy Travel, it's all about the Nissan Navara. It's been enhanced for 2021 and now it's all about the functionality. They've improved quite a number of things, from the styling as you've seen from the walk around, the interior, plenty of technology, but the question is, how good is the engine? We start this particular review by taking a look at the engine. So up front, you do have a 2.5 litre turbo diesel that produces 140 kilowatts and 450 newton meters of torque that is sent to the four wheels courtesy of a 6-speed manual transmission or a 7-speed automatic in case you desire that. Of course, engines and the gearboxes return a fuel economy figure of roughly 13 kilometers to the liter. How does it feel on the road when you're driving it? Well, the platform is based on the X-Class Mercedes-Benz platform, and of course, Nissan have enhanced it in terms of ride and handling. So up front, you have double wishbones that allow you to have planted road feel, and then obviously at the back you have tapered leaf springs with telescopic shock absorbers to ensure that this particular Nissan is capable both on and off-road. And in terms of safety, what are the safety repertoire that has been included in this particular vehicle? Starting with active safety, you have ABS, anti-lock braking system, EBD, which is electronic brake force distribution, hill descent control, and of course, you do have the most important thing, ESP, electronic stability program, which is an umbrella program that controls all these assets to prevent you from harm's way. But in case all hell breaks loose, then you can rely on the 6 airbags, a 5-star passenger cell that dissipate impact energy away from the cabin to ensure that everybody in the Navara is quite safe. And I do love the fact that they have actually included all these safety systems in a pickup. So we are quite excited about it. But the question is, how good is this car off-road? Let's take it out on the road and see what it can do. Courtesy of Kazi Big Boy Travel. So guys, this particular vehicle has very good angle of approach, departure and breakover angle. You do have 800 millimeters of wading depth if you intend to cross River Nyando, one of those rivers somewhere. And of course the ground clearance. You have over 240 millimeters of ground clearance, which is fantastic for this particular vehicle. I can tell you for a fact that Nissan have done extremely well enhancing the capabilities of this particular Navara. And I'm driving in a gradient where it's a mixture of an earth road, so it's mud and rut. It just rained recently, so the traction levels are not too bad. So the interesting thing is I just switched on 4 highs so I can get good traction, and of course on the driver display it has switched on the compass. It has a compass because it's using the navigation system, and because this road is unpaved, it will show you where north is, where south is. So I'm literally heading north of Ngong Hills. I don't know where that is, and it looks like it is Suswa and somewhere else. So as I'm crawling down, I'm able to put hill descent control, which I'm just going to engage right now, which is on. And I'm going to take my foot off the clutch so that it doesn't run. So the vehicle will control the engine speed, and now it moves down. So I'm going to take my foot off and take a look. My foot is off the clutch, off the brake, and you can hear the ABS trying to slow down the vehicle. So my work basically is to control the descent. You know, I'm just steering the vehicle to avoid obstacle, but it doesn't run down as if it was going to step on the clutch. You know, it was going to literally just roll down very fast. So it controls the speed and enables you to navigate very tricky areas. So like this area, as you can see here, this road is not the best, but it's nothing for Nissan because you can with the Nissan. Nissan excites technology. So again, players in this segment like the Ford Ranger and the Toyota Hilux have similar technology, but it's the ease of use, how they've managed to reduce the traction in this area so that you're able to get that maximum traction out of the vehicle at this certain instance. Now the suspension actually helps quite a lot. It's got a very high ground clearance. You can hear that sound? That's the ABS. The ABS is trying to control the descending speed of the vehicle. Now the suspension, front double overhead wishbones. The wishbones allow the vehicle to be planted on any surface, so it ensures the wheels are firmly planted on the ground so that you're able to get traction. Number 2, ride and comfort, both on and off-road. So the long stroke suspension absorbs the bump imperfections quite easily, preventing you feeling all the surface imperfections in the car. At the back, you do have tapered leaf springs. Those tapered leaf springs are hardened so that, one, it gives you absolutely good ride on tarmac. Number 2, doing off-road allows wheel articulation. Number 3, it can carry load because at the load bay you have plenty of space. You can carry about a ton of cargo as you traverse a beautiful country of Kenya. So guys, there's something called pet walking. This is ideally very important, especially when you're doing some off-roading. If you can't see what is happening in front, you're able to drive the car without it running, like, declutching. So basically this is what I'm going to do. I'm switching it to follow, then I will engage on first gear. All right, Then I'll release the clutch slowly and engage crawl. That way, I am able to literally drive the car like this. So basically, you're able to drive the car and see what is happening ahead, okay? So my foot is off the clutch and I'm able to steer the car quite easily if I'm going through some deep area, a trench or something like that. So it allows you to become a full 4x4 expert just by the fact that you understand what the 4x4 system does. So that is the beauty of having a Nissan Navara. So guys, we've just sampled the Nissan Navara for 2021. What do I like? The things about it, number one, it looks amazing. The butch look, the new design theme is just but amazing. Number two, the sturdy build quality, rough, tough, and durable. Number three, the performance of this engine. 2.5 liter gives you good torque, and of course, good power when you're traversing the beautiful country of Kenya. Number four, creature comforts, leather seats, satellite navigation, Apple CarPlay. I mean, that car is a modern car. Number five, the absolute value for money proposition that Nissan is giving you. But the biggest question still remains, what is the price of this car right now? So this particular vehicle comes in three trims. So there's the LE, the LX, and of course the Pro 4X. Now, prices start at Kenya shillings 4.9 million VAT inclusive and comes with a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Plus, Nissan will throw you a 2-year or 50,000 kilometer service plan. Imagine that, for free, to give you peace of mind as you use the Nissan Navara to go to Amboseli or Masai Mara or the Chalbi Desert or Nakuru or Kisumu. And of course, you'll have a memorable time with the Nissan Navara. And of course, you can rely on their extensive service network across the country. They're able to service this car and maintain it in tip-top condition. But finally, we know this particular vehicle exists in a space where there's so much competition. What are the key rivals in this segment? The Toyota Hilux, the Ford Ranger, the Isuzu D-Max, the Mazda BT50, the Chinese from Photon to Jack, and of course the P series, which is by Great Wall. So plenty of competition, but it sits right there in the middle where it gives you good value, good styling, and of course good thrill. So guys, thank you so much for joining us on Cars Big Boy 12. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, don't hesitate to write to us as seen on the social media notes below. We'll get back to you with the feedback next week. Signing out, this is Big Boy 12. Drive safe and be safe.